Every day is a great day to learn something new. So hello guys, let's continue again. Let's understand raise keyword in Python. Raise keyword is used to raise an error on our wish. By raising an error, we can alter the flow control of our program. With the help of the raise keyword, we can raise any exception that we want. The error we are going to raise using the raise keyword should be an exception instance or an exception class, which means that the type of error or exception that we are going to raise should be predefined in Python, or we have inherited the class of errors and we have modified it. But in this case, I will be using the errors that are predefined in Python because we have not seen inheritance or oops concept in Python. So now let's see the syntax for raise keyword. We can have two syntax for the raise keyword. They are as follows. In the first syntax, we just need to write the raise keyword and provide our exception type, which is also known as argument. A very simple example can be raise zero division error. Then we have another syntax in which we can raise an exception and also provide a custom message with that. The syntax of this is almost the same as of the first one. We just need to add a parenthesis and write our custom message. The message should be in form of string only. For example, raise value error, and inside parenthesis we can write it's a value error. Now let's go for a hands-on practical. First of all, start the Python REPL by giving the command python. Now let's see how to raise a error. So for that I will be just writing the raise keyword and after that the type of error I want to raise. So here I have written value error, which is a built-in error of Python. While using the raise keyword, either we should be using the built-in errors of Python or we should inherit the types of error and then modify it using oops concept. So we can see that we have received an error successfully. It is of the same type that we have provided with raise keyword. Now let's again raise the same error, but this time with a custom message. So for that we just have to write raise value error and inside parenthesis we will be writing our custom message. The custom message should only be in form of string. Nothing else will be accepted. Now as soon as I hit enter, I will receive the error with a custom message which says enter the correct value. Now let's raise error inside a try and except block. So here I will be raising a zero division error inside a try block with a custom message. So here I will be writing my custom message inside the parenthesis. After that I will be adding the except block. This time I will be writing except exception as E, where exception is a keyword. This will catch the errors that can be handled and will also print the error. But if some OS based error or interrupt based error happens, then it won't catch that and our program will fail. So inside this I am printing E, which will show my custom message or my error type. So here we can see that we have raised an error using the raise keyword. It was handled using the except block and we can also see our custom message, which is 0 by 0 is not allowed. Now let's again try to raise an error inside a try block, but this time I won't be giving a custom message to it. So for that I am directly writing raise zero division error, but I won't be giving any custom message to it. And to handle the error I will be writing except exception as E and will print the value of E. So as soon as I run this program there will be no output. This is because our error was handled but we haven't provided any custom message with it, so nothing was printed. So now let's see a real life implementation of all these things that we have studied till now. So for that I will be creating a function which takes two numbers as arguments and will be adding them. There is a condition that both the numbers should be from 0 to 100 only. Not more than that, not less than that. First off, I will be creating the try block. Inside that, I will be writing a condition. If number is less than 0, then raise an exception which will be a value error with a custom message that values less than 0 are not allowed. Keep in mind that our message should be in the string format. After this I will be adding second condition which will check if the number is greater than 100 or not. If it is greater than 100 then it will again raise a value error which says that more than 100 is not allowed. We have to write the spelling of value error or any other error in the format it has been defined in Python. Now here we will be writing a code to add those numbers and save the output in the file as well. So for that we just add the numbers in a sum variable, sum equals to num1 plus num2. After that I will be printing the value of the same. After that I will be opening a file in a writing mode, and using the file object I will be writing to that file. So for opening we need to give the name of the file. I will be giving it as results.txt and the mode will be W. We need to keep in mind that we can write only string based data to the file. We cannot write numbers directly to the file, so we need to typecast them. That's why here I am using write str. Inside that I will be putting my sum. So my integer based output will be directly converted to a string based output, which can be written to the file without any problems. After that, in the except block I will be writing except exceptions as E, and then we will print E as usual. After doing this, I will be creating the else block. In that I will be writing a message, and after that I will be closing the file using the file object. So someone might get a question that why I am closing my file in the else block and not in the finally block. We know that our file will be opened in try block when there is no error, but if some error is there then our file won't be opened because exception block will be there to handle all the exceptions. But now suppose that we have written our file.close method in the finally block. So in that case what will happen, if our file was not opened earlier, then it will again create an error for us. Because in that situation we will be trying to close a file which was not opened only. We should only close the file when it was opened. So for that, if our try block is successful, then only our else block will get executed, which means that in our try block the file was created, and in the else block we will be closing the file. Here actually the finally block was not required, but I am still adding, and it will be printing some pattern at the end of the program. Now let's call our function, and for the first time I will be giving the correct input to that. So here we can see the output. It says the sum is 3. After that our else block was executed, which says no error, and it closed the file. Now let's check if the output was actually saved to the file or not. So we can see that results.txt has been created. Now let's open it. So as soon as I open it, I can see the sum is 3, which means our output was saved successfully. So let's close this and move back to REPL, and then we will give some other input. Now I will be giving my input as negative number which is less than 0, and after that I receive a message that less than 0 is not allowed. So it looks like a message, but it is not a message. It was an error which was successfully handled by the exception block. If it was not there, our program would have been crashed. Now again I will provide my input as a number which is greater than 100 and receive the message that more than 100 is not allowed. Now I again provide my input as a string, and it will show that this type of operation is not supported between the string and integer. So it cannot compare ABC to 100 or 0. This was also another type of exception that was handled by our exception handling block. So let's check our file if anything was changed in that or not. Nothing was changed inside the file because our file was not opened during all those operations because the inputs were not correct. Now let's just add two numbers. I am giving the correct input this time and it works. Now let's just open the file so the value is updated here. I hope that you have grabbed some knowledge from this big program, and if you have any doubts then do comment them and let me know. So that's all for today. My new video will be uploaded soon. Thank you.